The dust lies thick across a plain of thorn and ash, the wind a low moan under a sky gone pale, and there stands the wanderer, ragged, bent, a soul adrift in a wasteland of doubt. Their boots worn thin, their heart heavy with a life unmoored, guilt a chain, hope a flicker drowned in dark. But then it cuts through, a voice deep as stone, fierce as flame. My child, walk with me, Jesus Christ, your road to heaven. A call that splits the silence, a promise that burns the dust, the divine leaning close, unseen but sure. Trust me, live me, the path's alive. This ain't no soft sermon, folks. This is the path of the seven. 5 raw chapters of a soul's climb, from shadow to glory. 7 signs marking the way. Peace in chaos, love like his, humility's bow, hope's joy, fruit born bold. It's a tale of faith forged in fire, a life transformed through Christ's cross, a road to heaven paved with deeds, not dreams. The voice is there, every step, every scar, urging peace, compassion, service, a harvest for the lost. Heaven's no myth, it's a vow, and it's never too late to walk it. Hit subscribe, stay close, because this ain't just a story, it's a reckoning, a light for your own dust, a path breaking open right here, right now, and the wanderers moving, will you? The dust hung thick across a plain of cracked earth and brittle thorn. The wind a low rasp under a sky bled pale, and the wanderers stood there, a gaunt shape in a coat patched with shadow, their boots scuffed to ruin, their shoulders slumped under a weight no hand could see. Doubt a chain forged from years, lies spun, trust broken, a life adrift on a sea of ash. The world a barren stretch, kin faded to echoes, purpose a ghost long fled, their breath shallow, their eyes scouring the haze for a sign, a thread, anything to tether the unraveling. And in that stillness, the voice came, deep as a river's pull, steady as stone. My child, know me, Jesus Christ, your route, your road. The words of flame slashing through the gray, the divine presence unseen but heavy, a call piercing the dust, and the wanderer's head jerked, their chest tightening, the voice pressing on. I'm your salvation, my blood your bridge. Trust me, walk with me, heaven's promise waits, the tone a rock unyielding, the speaker's truth a light no wind could dim. Your path starts here, a bond with me, ain't no gate but through my cross. And the wanderer's hands trembled, their knees wavering, the voice weaving on. I see your drift, your dark. I bore it, I broke it, cling to me now. The air shifting, the thorn trembling faint, a sign rising sharp, the speaker's sacrifice a fire burning bright. You're mine, child. Trust my love, my death, your life's tied to it. And the wanderer's breath caught, their eyes tracing the emptiness, the voice a tether pulling taut. Heaven's yours through me. Step out, hold fast. The plain seeming less vast, the sky less pale, the speaker's presence aglow cutting the dusk. Your guilt's ash, your doubt's dust. Believe in me, walk with me. And the wanderer stood still, their hands unclenching slow, the weight easing, not gone but lighter, the voice pressing close. I'm your bond, your root. Trust my cross, my love. Salvation's yours. The dust stirring faint, the divine promise a rock rising sure. I've known you, called you, step toward me, heaven's real. And the wanderer's chest heaved, their tongue dry, the voice of flame flaring bold. I see your fall, your flight. I hung for it, I rose for it. Trust me now. The wind softening, the cracked earth glinting faint. The speaker's love a tide no despair could stem. Your path's marked, my child. Salvation's free, take it. And the wanderer took a step, small and halting, the dust lifting soft, the voice aglow burning steady. I'm with you, always. Walk with me, heaven's ahead. The thorn less cruel, the horizon shimmering faint, the speaker's sacrifice a shadow looming tall. Your sins ain't your chain, my blood broke them, trust me. And the wanderer's hands steadied, their breath deepening, the voice a lifeline sinking deep. You're mine, child. Step out. I've got you. The path's begun. The plain trembling beneath, the divine bond a flame no dark could snuff. Heaven's promise, my love. Believe it, walk it. And the chapter fades with the wanderer moving forward, their shadow stretching, faith a spark catching slow. The cross a truth gripping tight, the journey breaking loose. The speaker's voice a rock to lean on, the dust glinting with the first whisper of light. The rain drove hard across a field of shale and tangled briar, the wanderers staggering through the muck, their coats sodden, their boots slipping on the wet stone. Chaos a storm raging within, anger a coal once red hot, now smoldering bitter. Compassion a stranger they'd long turned from, the world a tempest of jagged edges and howling wind. Their breath a rasp, their eyes darting through the blur, memories clawing sharp, fists raised, words spat, hearts left bleeding. And the voice broke through, steady as a flame in the deluge. My child, seek peace. Let compassion bloom. These mark your path. The words aglow, slashing the rain. The divine presence, a warmth no storm could drown. I see your war, your hardness. I bore it, I stilled it. Live my calm now. And the wanderer's chest heaved, their hands clenching tight, the voice pressing firm. Peace is yours, compassion my gift. Take them, wear them, they're my heart in you. The shale glinting, slick, the briar trembling faint. The speaker's call, a tide rising sure. Your faith ain't words, it's flesh. Quiet your soul, mend the broken, heaven sees it. And the wanderer's breath caught, their eyes squinting against the wet, the voice weaving on. I'm your peace, your mercy. Trust me, live it. The path shines through, the rain easing soft, a stillness creeping in, the chaos dulling, the speaker's love a rock unyielding. You're mine. Show my calm, my care. It's your sign. And the wanderer's hands unclenched slow, their shoulders easing, peace a thread stitching the flood, compassion a seed stirring deep, the voice of flame burning bright. I've walked your rage, I've wept your cold. Give what I give, trust me. The air shifting, the muck less cold, the speaker's promise a light no tempest could dim. Your heart's a battlefield, lay it down, lift them up, heaven's near. And the wanderer stood still, their chest warming, the voice pressing close. I see your scars, your wrath. I bore them, I broke them. Live my peace. The wind softening, the shale less cruel, the wanderer's stride steadying, peace a river washing clean, compassion aglow catching faint. The speaker's care a shield forged, sure. You're on the path, still your storm, heal their hurt, I'm with you. And the rain faded to a drizzle, the field trembling faint, the wanderer's eyes lifting, the voice of flame flaring bold. My calm's your strength, my mercy your call. Trust me, give it. The briar bending soft, the chaos a whisper fading, the speaker's love a tide no strife could stem. You're mine, child, peace in you, compassion through you, heaven knows it. And the wanderer took a step, their hands open, the storm a murmur, the voice aglow burning steady. I've got you, live my heart, show my care, the path's alive, the field glinting faint, the divine promise a rock unshaken. Your war's done. Trust me, walk it, heaven's close. And the wanderer paused, their shadow steadying, peace a current running deep, compassion a coal flaring bright, the voice pressing on. I'm your rest, your guide. Give peace, give mercy, it's yours. The rain a hush, the shale blooming quiet, the wanderer standing taller, the speaker's love a light no dark could snuff. You're mine, live it, trust me, the path shines. And the chapter fades with the wanderer moving forward, their steps sure, peace a shield settling firm, compassion a flame kindled true, the field trembling with faint life, the divine voice a rock to lean on, the dust beneath whispering hope. The dusk settled thick over a ridge of dust and splintered bone. The wanderer trudging slow across the cracked spine of the earth, their legs heavy, their coats stiff with grime. Weariness a shroud woven tight, grief a dull ache, scorn a lash from voices long faded, the path a slog through shadow and silt. And the voice flared sharp, a flame cutting the gloom. My child, take my word, live it, love like me, these light your way. The words of fire piercing the dusk, the divine presence aglow no dark could dim. I see your falter, your want, my scriptures your root, my love your mark. And the wanderer paused, their hands brushing a scroll half buried in the dust, its parchment worn, its ink faint but sure. The voice pressing firm, hold my word, it's life. Show my love, it's my cross in you. The dust trembling faint, the speaker's truth a tide rising steady. Faith ain't silent, it speaks, it bleeds. Mirror me, heaven knows it. And the wanderer's fingers grip the scroll, their eyes tracing the lines. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life. The voice weaving on, that's it, my child. It's your guide, your call. Live it out. The ridge glinting faint, the bone less stark, the speaker's promise a rock unyielding. I've got you. Your weariness ain't the end. I'll lift you, trust me. And the wanderer's chest swelled, the scroll a weight sinking deep. Love a coal flaring bright, the voice of flame burning bold. I'm your word, your love. Embrace it, give it. The path burns through, the air humming with it, a stillness stirring. The speaker's sacrifice, a light no dusk could snuff. You're mine, my truth's your strength, my love your witness. Walk it. And the wanderers stood taller, their breath steadying, the scroll clutched tight. Love a stream welling up, the voice pressing close. I see your drift, your doubt. I spoke it, I bled it. Show it now. The dusk softening, a figure ahead staggering, cloak torn, the speaker's care a tide lifting shore. Love's my heart in you. Give it, live it, heaven's near. And the wanderer moved forward, their hands offering the scroll's words, the figure's eyes meeting theirs. A whisper shared. He loved us first. The voice of flame roaring clear. You're on the path. My words your root. My love your fruit. Trust me. The ridge trembling faint. The wanderer's chest warming. The word of fire sinking sure. Love aglow catching wind. The speaker's promise a rock unshaken. I've got you. Live my truth. Love like I loved. It's yours. And the figure nodded, their hands steadying, the voice weaving on. I'm with you. My word guides. My love shines. Give it out. The dusk glinting faint, the bone blooming quiet, the wanderer's stride firming, the scroll a lifeline held fast, the speaker's love a light no shadow could dim. You're mine, child. Reflect me. Trust me. The path's alive. And the chapter fades with the wanderer pausing, their shadow stretching, the word a root grown thick. Love a flame burning true, the divine call a tide no weariness could stem. Embrace it, show it, I'm your guide, heaven sees. And the wanderer stood steady, the figure trailing close, the dust beneath stirring with faint hope. The speaker's voice a rock to lean on, the path shimmering with quiet light. The dawn cracked cold over a valley of silt and thorn, the wanderers shambling through the gray light, their back bent, their hands rough with callus, pride a burr snagging deep, old boasts a hollow echo, scars of self a sting that wouldn't fade, the world a snarl of scorn, voices hissing low, worthless, broken, small, and the voice rang clear, a flame flaring sharp through the chill. My child, bow low, serve, hope joyous, these pave your road. The words a spark striking flint, the divine presence a heat no frost could steal. I see your strut, your shame. I knelt, I washed, I died. Follow me now. And the wanderer's head dipped, their eyes burning with the sting of it, the voice pressing firm. Humility's your crown, service your call. Hope lifts you, heaven's close. the silt glinting faint, the thorns bending soft, the speaker's promise, a tide rising sure. Faith shines in the meek, joy in the wait. Trust me, it's yours. And the wanderer's knees wavered, their chest tightening, the voice weaving on. I'm your hope, your master. Serve them, rejoice. The path glows bright, the valley trembling faint, a murmur of voices ahead, a knot of ragged shapes huddled in the cold. The speaker's love, a rock unyielding. You're on the path. Humble yourself. Give yourself. I'm with you. And the wanderer paused, their breath catching, the scorn a whisper fading, the voice a flame burning bold. I bore the low, I bless the small. Bow low, hope high. Heaven sees it. The dawn glowing faint, the wanderer's hands unclenching. Humility a root sinking deep, service a coal catching flame. The speaker's care a light no haze could dim. I've got you, pride's dust, I'll lift you, trust me. And the wanderer stepped forward, their knees bending slow, hands offering a crust to trembling fingers, a child's eyes wide with want, the voice pressing close. That's it, my child. Service is your sign, humility your strength. Live it. The valley softening, the cold less bitter, the wanderer's chest swelling, joy a stream welling up, the speaker's promise a tide lifting all. You're mine, serve them, hope fierce, the path's alive, and the group stirred, their murmurs softening, the wanderer moving among them, their hands steady, water shared, a cloak draped, the voice of flame roaring clear. I see you, I've got you, bow low, serve high, heaven's near. The dawn breaking wider, the silt trembling faint, the wanderer's shadow steadying, humility a shield settling firm, joy a glow burning bright, the speaker's love a rock unshaken. My path's yours, strength's mine, trust me, it's yours. And the thorn eased, the cold faded, the wanderer standing taller, their hands open, service a joy rising sharp, the voice weaving on. I'm with you, hope's your song, service your light, give it. The valley glinting faint, the group's eyes lifting, the speaker's promise a light no scorn could snuff. You're mine, child, humble heart, joyous hope, the path shines, and the chapter fades with the wanderer bowing low, their shadows stretching, joy a flame flaring true, service a root grown thick, the divine call a tide no pride could stem. Serve them, hope bold, I'm your guide, heaven's close. And the wanderer stood steady, the group trailing close, the dust beneath blooming faint with life, the speaker's voice a rock to lean on, the path shimmering with quiet promise. The night loomed vast over a hill of stone and sparse grass, the wanderer standing firm under a sky pierced with stars, their coat catching the faint glow. Trials a whisper now, grief a scar faded thin, scorn a breeze long spent. The road ahead a shimmer of light, and the voice thundered bright, a flame splitting the dark. My child, bear fruit, teach, lead, this seals your path. The words ablaze roaring through the black, the divine presence a fire no night could tame. I see your walk, your change, share it, heaven's yours. And the wanderer's chest swelled, their eyes piercing the void, the voice rolling fierce. Faith fruits in others, life transformed. Walk with me, it's never late. The air thrumming with it, a promise forged hard. You're mine, shine bold, gather them, the gates open, the stars flaring sharp, the grass trembling faint, the wanderer's breath steady, the voice of flame burning boundless. Heaven waits, my child, lead them, trust me, it's yours. And the wanderer stepped forward, their hands open wide, a cluster of shadows trailing close. The speaker's love, a tide lifting all. You've peace, you've loved, you've served. Give it, grow it, I'm with you. The hill glowing soft, the wanderer's voice rising clear. Come, know him, a stranger's eyes glinting with want, the voice weaving on. That's it, my child, hope's your harvest, fruit your sign, heaven's near. The night lifting, the dawn creeping gold, the wanderer's shadow stretching tall, faith a root grown thick, fruit a song splitting the sky, the speaker's care a rock unyielding. You're on the path. Teach them. Trust me, the promise holds. And the group stirred, their steps faltering then firming, the wanderer guiding steady, their hands pointing ahead, the voice of flame roaring loud. I see you. I've got you. Bear fruit, shine bright. It's never too late. The stone glinting faint, the grass blooming quiet, the wanderer's chest warming, faith a fire burning sure, fruit a harvest rising bold. The speaker's promise a light no dark could dim. You're mine, child, transformed alive, lead them home. And the dawn broke wider, the stars fading gold, the wanderer standing radiant, their coat aglow, the group's eyes lifting, the voice pressing close. I'm your route, your road. Share me, trust me, heaven's yours. The hill trembling with life, the wanderer's stride lengthening, faith a shield forged true, fruit a flame flaring high, the speaker's love a tide no shadow could stem. You've walked it, my own. Peace and love, hope and service, it's yours. And the path shimmered clear, the group trailing close, the voice weaving on, heaven's promise, my child. Lead them, it's never late. The dawn flooding full, the wanderer triumphant, their hands guiding sure, faith a song ringing loud, fruit a harvest blooming thick. The speaker's care a rock unshaken. You're mine, shine, gather, the gates wide. And the stone path glowed, the grass flared green, the wanderer's eyes alight, the divine promise a tide lifting all. Trust me, lead them. Heaven's here, you've won. And the chapter fades with the wanderer moving forward. Their shadow a beacon, faith a flame, burning boundless, fruit a harvest, sealing the path, the dust blooming full, the light thundering clear, the speaker's voice a rock eternal. You're mine, child. Walk it, share it, heaven's yours. And the group followed, their steps sure, the night gone, the dawn a promise kept, the wanderer radiant, the path a road to glory, the divine bond a flame no dark could snuff, the tale of dust and heaven sealed.